एग्रीकल्चर एंड साइंस। और मुझे लगा कि सही असेसमेंट करने के लिए यह आवश्यकता है कि इसमें एग्रीकल्चर का भी आदमी हो जो एग्रीकल्चर के बारे में समझता, और साइंस के भी आदमी हो। आर्ट साइड के मुझे लगता था कि आर्ट साइड के आदमी, मैं सोचता था क्योंकि चिंतन का दौर करीब 1 महीने से या 10 तारीख से तो कम से कम, जब हमारे पास NAAC का लेटर आया कि आपका विजिट होना है और हमसे डेट मांगी, तो बड़ी खुशी हुई। और NAAC पीयर टीम, हमें बड़ा डर था, मैं सोचता था कि NAAC पीयर टीम आएगी, मैं भी बड़े इंस्पेक्शन में, पैनल इंस्पेक्शंस में नए कॉलेज खुलते हैं, कोर्सेज खुलते हैं, मैं भी काफी जाता हूँ, तो पर मुझे एक डर किस्म का डर सा महसूस होता था, क्योंकि प्रथम संकोच की जो बात होती है, क्योंकि पहली बार हम भी करा रहे थे NAAC का इंस्पेक्शन असेसमेंट, तो बड़ा मुझे एक अजीब सा लग रहा था। मैं अपने साथियों को भी कहता था, भाई पता नहीं, डर मुझे पहले से कभी नहीं लगा, अब की बार थोड़ा सा मुझे जो है डर लग रहा है, क्योंकि NAAC के द्वारा हमारा असेसमेंट हुआ। पर मैं आपको बताऊं, और हमारे सभी साथियों ने महसूस किया होगा कि इतनी अच्छी टीम, इतना कोऑर्डिनेशन, इतने बढ़िया तरीके से, इतना अच्छा व्यवहार, बहुत ही फेयर तरीके से आपने सारा काम किया, हमसे बात करते रहे, हर तरीके से हमें सहयोग किया। तो ऐसी टीम NAAC के लिए आए तो अपने आप में एक बहुत महत्वपूर्ण बात है। उस मामले में हम भाग्यशाली हैं। रिजल्ट कुछ भी हो, लिफाफे में बंद हो गया है, 70% इवैल्यूएशन पहले ही हो चुका है, 30% इस विजिट से उसका रिजल्ट जो है मिलेगा। रिजल्ट हर महीने में पूछा था कितने दिन में रिजल्ट मिलेगा, तो चेयरमैन साहब ने बताया कि 1 महीने के अंदर एक मीटिंग वहाँ पे होती रहती है, तो उसमें रिजल्ट का पता लगेगा। पर जो भी रिजल्ट होगा, हमारा एक्सपीरियंस, हमारा अनुभव इसके बारे में इतना अच्छा रहा कि मैं शब्दों में बयान नहीं कर सकता। मैंने काफी समय लिया, भावुक मैं थोड़ा सा हो गया था, तो मैं धन्यवाद ज्ञापित करता हूँ अपने मैनेजमेंट की तरफ से, अपने पूरे टीचिंग स्टाफ की तरफ से, अपने नॉन टीचिंग स्टाफ की वजह से तरफ से, अपने छात्रों की तरफ से, और मैं दिल की गहराइयों से, सभी के महसूस कर रहे हैं इसको, मैं दिल की गहराइयों से उन्हें, क्योंकि अब ये समाप्ति का समय चल रहा है, एग्जिट मीटिंग लास्ट में होती है, इस समाप्ति का टाइम है, तो इस समय मैं दिल की गहराइयों से पूरे महाविद्यालय के सभी घटकों की तरफ से पूरी टीम को, NAAC पीयर टीम को का मैं बहुत धन्यवाद ज्ञापित करता हूँ, और ये अपेक्षा करता हूँ, चाहे चेयरमैन साहब हो, जजलान साहब हो, कुचिदार साहब हो, यहाँ पर NAAC पीयर टीम के रूप में तो अब आए, हमारे वैसे भी गेस्ट बनकर आप जब भी आए तो हमें बहुत ही ज्यादा खुशी होगी, और आपका स्वागत करते हुए, आपका अभिनंदन करते हुए हमें बहुत खुशी होगी अगर आप हमारे महाविद्यालय में होने आए। मुजफ्फरनगर गुड़ का क्षेत्र है, शुगर केन का क्षेत्र है। मुजफ्फरनगर के बारे में कई बार अखबारों के माध्यम से भी ये सुनते हैं कि क्रिमिनल एरिया है, पर साथ के साथ ही मैं अपने टीम के मेंबर्स को ये बताना चाहता हूँ कि क्योंकि गुड़ का क्षेत्र है, गन्ने का क्षेत्र है, तो जितने मीठे स्वभाव के मुजफ्फरनगर के लोग हैं शायद ही कहीं हो। जरा सा एक तरफ से अगर मिलेगा, कुछ भी भावनाएं मिलेंगी, तो अब अपनी जान उनके लिए देने के लिए कुर्बान रहते हैं। ये मुजफ्फरनगर के लोगों की पहचान है। तो मैं इससे ज्यादा कुछ नहीं कहूंगा। मैं अगेन एंड अगेन I am very thankful to all members of this team, Chairman sir, Jaglan sir, Member Coordinator, and कुचिनाड साहब, दैट इज मेंबर ऑफ NAAC टीम। हिंदी में मैंने शुरुआत की है, पृथ्वी जी अंग्रेजी में बोल रहे थे, कैलाश साहब भी चेयरमैन साहब को कह रहे थे कि जाते जाते थोड़ी सी हिंदी भी बोल जाओ, क्योंकि हमारे मुजफ्फरनगर के क्या पश्चिमी उत्तर प्रदेश के लोगों की धड़कन बढ़ जाती है अंग्रेजी में। और कुछ ऐसे भी, क्योंकि हमारे 4th क्लास कर्मचारी भी यहाँ पर हैं, तो उनकी समझ में कुछ नहीं आएगा, वो जो भाव कहना चाहते हैं हिंदी में हम अपनी मातृभाषा में ज्यादा बढ़िया तरीके से उसको कह सकते हैं और समझ सकते हैं। तो मैं गुजरात साहब से, अपने चेयरमैन साहब से, और मेंबर कोऑर्डिनेटर तो हमारे हिंदी भाषी हरियाणा के हैं, इनकी तो खासियत है कि ये कितना भी बड़ा अफसर हो, आर्मी का जनरल हो हरियाणा के, वो अपनी भाषा में बात करेंगे, और जब अंग्रेजी बोलेंगे तो अंग्रेजी भी बहुत जबरदस्त तरीके से बोलेंगे। तो मैं सभी से ये अपेक्षा करता हूँ कि इंग्लिश मिक्स्ड विद हिंदी, दैट शुड बी द मीडियम ऑफ कम्युनिकेशन दैट विल बी अंडरस्टूड बाय ऑल। थैंक यू वेरी मच। तरीके के बच्चे हैं, खासतौर पे पीजी कॉलेजेस में इस तरीके से, पर हमारे बच्चे स्कूल के बच्चे हैं, हमारे बच्चे गुरुकुल के बच्चे हैं, जिनमें संस्कार है। और ये आपने देखा भी होगा, कल विजिट के दौरान मैं भी देख रहा था, जब आप विजिट में थे मैं भी बाहर खड़ा होकर देख रहा था, हमारे बच्चे बाहर, क्लास के बाहर एक भी घूमता हुआ मुझे तो दिखाई नहीं दिया। और क्लासेस में भी आपकी अटेंडेंस भरपूर थी। आपने जो क्वेश्चंस हमारी टीम ने पूछे उनका भी जवाब दिया, जवाब देने की कोशिश की, और शाम के 6 बजे तक भी ये पूरा भरा हुआ था, 400 बच्चे कम से कम यहाँ थे। तो ये अपने आप में बहुत बड़ी बात है। और NAAC पीयर टीम के विजिट से हमें ऊर्जा का संचार हुआ, हमें आगे कुछ करने की शक्ति पैदा हुई है, हमारे अंदर आकांक्षा जागृत हुई है, और ये आकांक्षा हमारी, ये काम करने की हमारी शक्ति इसी तरीके से चलेगी, ऐसा मैं सर्वशक्तिमान से प्रार्थना करता हूँ। धन्यवाद।
प्रोफेसर डॉक्टर ग्रीस Punta, Karnataka, renowned principal of this illustrious college, Dr. Naresh Kumar Mani, the NAAC coordinator, Naresh Kumar Gupti, the NCC officer with colorful dress, you see, Major Dr. Vijay Kumar, and the coordinator of the IUAC, Sandeep Kumar, and other fellow colleagues of this college, the ex-students, friends, ladies and gentlemen. Of course, I know Hindi, I learned Hindi, I visited many parts of this, the north. I can speak, but my Hindi is not good as you speak. I can meet somewhere, but in those days, when we were young, we used to see the films, many Hindi films, and we used to fight to get their tickets in the counters. And those days are all gone now. I think now you can see everything everywhere that. But I love Hindi. Out of the NAAC visits made so far in my career, more than 50 institutions are in the north. More than 50 institutions are in the north. And I am very interested and fond to visit the northern states, especially for concerning and assessing the quality of the higher education in India. And to brief the higher education in India, Indian higher education system is the third largest in terms of the students, next to China and US. And we know that 60% of the higher education are now run by the management and private institutions. And the present census says that more than 23% of the the Indians are graduated more now, and we have currently more of the higher education institutions, especially we have more than 800 universities in India and more than 40,000 colleges in India. So India has been very rich in terms of the assessments. We have been looking for that to give on par with the international standards. The quality of the education should be with on par with the international standards. That's why the peers of the academics, we have been stressing to do the very good education or the important education or the quality education to our younger generations in India. As far as the recent the initiatives taken by the MHRD, Ministry of Human Resource and Development, Ministry has taken that ranking is a process. Now it's widespread in all over the country. It called as the NAAC, National Institute of Ranking for the framework. That has been given priority for that to assess the quality of the higher education in the higher education institutions, which includes the universities, colleges, then also the law colleges and other the institutions. So as far as the top ranking of the 100 higher education institutions, especially the universities levels or in the total level, many are the higher learning institutions like Indian Institute of Science and Indian Institute of Science in the Delhi, and Indian Institute of Science in Chennai, and then the other Indian Institute of Science, Bangalore. So, and including the Jawaharlal University, University of Delhi, and the Banaras Hindu University. So these are some of the leading universities that have taken more steps for the ranking process is good in the top ranking of the entire country. Similarly, out of the 40,000 colleges, there are many the colleges have been ranked and they have been given a quite number of the achievements, laurels and credits in our Indian subcontinent. And I would like to say that out of the many colleges, the Merida College belongs to Delhi, and then Saint Stephen College, Delhi, and then Bishop Equal College, Tamil Nadu, Hindu College, Delhi, and then Presidency College of the Chennai. So these are some of the top ranking colleges. They have been doing a lot of the initiatives in the ranking of the process of the results oriented and so on. So similarly, as like of the NAAC criterion, this area of ranking is also based on the criterion wise they have been assessed, based on the teaching and learning process, research and the professional practice, graduation outcome, the outreach and the inclusivity, and then also the perception levels. So similarly, in our NAAC, they have been assessed the NRF based on the important criteria and they have ranked. So I think this is given a more awareness among the students and also the peers of the academics that we have to work good on board with the international standards of the higher education. So come to the NAAC. The NAAC has been instituted during 1994 and based on checking assessing the quality of the higher education in the higher education institutions, which includes colleges and the universities, and mainly to have that having in mind that everyone has to say out of the top 100 universities in the world, none of the universities or none of the colleges have been ranked in Indian context. So that was the concern over all the people who have been working in the academic scenes of our country, and we thought why not we make the one separate the individual body to assess the colleges and universities. So based on that, I think now we have been working for that. Even in the 800 universities in country, only very few universities have so far come forward for the assessment. And again, out of the 40,000, only very few, not even 10,000 colleges so far have been come forward for the assessment. But I appreciate, even I expressed my the appreciation to the principal here, at least after the 1959 you instituted, you come forward for the NAAC assessment. It's a great. Saying is different, but materializing is very difficult. I know that. So I think you have come forward to assess your college, where the status of the college in terms of the higher institution and the ranking. So now I think you come forward for the assessment accreditation process in 2018, new process. The earlier process, we know that all the 100% will be evaluated by the peers of the experts who visited the college. Now in the 2018 onwards, 70% of the evaluation is by the process in NAAC itself, in Bangalore itself. And we are here to assess only the ground reality of and whatever the criteria you have submitted in NAAC is based on the 30%. Even in the 30%, there are some criteria, nearly 41 criteria of the matrices, which will be evaluated by 2 days visit by our team. So this is the overall object of our visit here. And again, the criteria are the same of the 7 based criterion and criterion normally we used to assess on the curriculum planning and implementation in your college, and what are the various teaching, learning and evaluation process being conducted or going on in your college, and then the research supports the resource assessments, and which include the collaboration, linkage, consultancy services and so on, which includes we call as the research innovations and extension activities of your college, and then the students support the progression activities of your college, and then we used to assess the governance, leadership and management systems, what has been going in the governance part of the college, and 7th criteria is the institutional values and the best practices. So what are the best practices you have been doing in this college, which gives all the safety, security and then environmental consciousness and so on. So these are all the important points of the period, and based on that our team started we used to say it's a task. It's a tough task to assess even 30% of the evaluation in 2 days. It's very difficult. We know that. So we started our hectic process yesterday morning by 9 o'clock, and we had an interaction with the principal. Your principal has given the overall the profile of your college, whatever the possibilities, what you have done in the last the 5 years. There is a NAAC assessment period you have highlighted, and we are much impressed by the presentation by the principal, and in between there also we have clarified many points which are related to the quality of the assessments in your college, and then later we visited to all the departments, and then there itself we interacted with the rest of the departments, faculties, and also we interacted with the classroom behaviors of the students. We went almost I think as per the criteria we used to visit only 50% of the samples of the classrooms, but we visited entire. Almost 100% of the departments we visited, the 19 departments we visited, and the students are very very response they are given, and they are very quite knowledgeable and all that. You could see that during our interactions. They are young minds, they have the trust and quest of the knowledge in their brain. We have seen and we have witnessed. Then we have witnessed all the activities of your college, and including the classrooms and the setup, and then the facilities what are you having in your college that we have assessed. Then also we interacted with all the cells and then the other activities related to the amenities of the college, including your dispensary and then NCC, NSS, all I think almost we have 7% I can say that we visited everything, even today morning, and even before we we enter into this room, we visited one center here, we are very close to this, even though it is not relevant for us, but we visited that one. So I think we have not missed one. So we covered all, both classroom and also the forms. So we visited this morning to the your agricultural farm of the 35 acres of the land and everything, and which is the feed one for the resource for your college.